What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Got a couple of quick trap trick duels for you guys to check out, showing you the power of this archetype. A deck that I am starting to become very high on. Trap Trick Sarah, finally released in Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge. Such a solid and amazing card. You get so many pluses out of this damn thing. And also the fact that it is incredibly cheap. I think I checked the last time, it was like a $3-4 card, 5 at the max. A very solid card. Now this is something I want to talk about for just one quick second before I roll these duels. He is playing the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine in his main deck, and at first I was like, wait, what? I don't really understand this, but this card is actually kind of crazy in the Trap Trick build, because what it does is it allows you, number one, to trigger Sarah's effect, and number two, you can actually do it turn 0. So if he was going first, he could summon Mantis, get a plus, go into Sarah, activate the Brigadine, get Sarah's effect off, and then summon a monster from his deck, activate that effect, which would trigger Sarah again, getting himself a plus, and he would then have 2 level 4s on the field, and he would be able to go into Rafflesia. So it actually is like a crazy good card. But anyways, let's go ahead and roll these duels. He's up against an Orcus variant, which by the time you guys see this duel, as I've said in my other Orcus duel videos, Orcus, I don't know, or maybe Nightmare Mermaid will probably be banned. Unfortunately, he's gonna get shreked by that impermanence. See, Called by the Grave, you ain't stopping that. This means his entire combo is shut down, and he's not doing anything much. He is going to be able to go into Mantis. I don't know if I would have. I think I would have just honestly shotgun the copy of a Fogblade here. It's not like, you know, that these Trap Trick monsters, like, you're not using a bunch of special summons in this deck. If nothing else, you stop the summon, plus you know, stop a little bit of battle damage. But regardless, he's able to get Sarah on field and then set 3 cards. Now his opponent going to activate the Miscellaneous Source. That's fine. He's going to try to go back into, you know, some of the combos, and he's going to go Trap Trick, and then he's going to activate his copy of Phantom Knight Brigadine. Keep in mind again that she will be activated off of the effect. He must not have read the second line of text on this card that says this link summon card is unaffected by trap cards. So yeah, there's that. I guess he just couldn't read or something like that. Anyways, Murmilio's going to come out, going to try to pop Called by the Grave. Who cares if Called by the Grave's chain? He's not getting any real value. Now he's going to go for Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmare. Lost Wind's going to shut down the Nightmare Mermaid, and this duel is basically GG, no re. Yeah, man, Sarah is just a card that gives you so much advantage. Even if you have to take kind of like a little bit of desperate plays, as you guys will see in this duel, you'll still see the value of her as a card. So he summons Dianera, and then he just goes straight into her, not really getting any advantage. This is where the 200 IQ play goes off. His opponent opens with a Blind Twin Twister, giving up the copy of Salamangreat Spinny. Perfectly fine play. Spinny's a floater anyways. So what he does is he says, I'm going to lose my Lost Wind regardless. I might as well go ahead and activate it. He's doing this targeting his Sarah. Now Sarah will be unaffected, but since a trap card was activated, he gets the effect of Sarah. Plus we know Lost Wind floats from the graveyard anyway, so he's able to activate the effect of Sarah. Now he's able to go for Dianera. He's able to pull back the Floodgate Trap Hole that got Twin Twistered from the graveyard, put it on his field, and he's able to get another Trap Hole from his deck just for his trouble. This is why this card is just ridiculous. Since he didn't activate the Trap Trick effect, he's able to get Sarah's effect. Now ultimately he does reset his copy of Lost Wind, and he is going to hit him with that Treacherous Trap Hole, which I still don't know if I would play. I mean, this card is just, it can be a blowout, don't get me wrong, if you get it off, but it's just the fact that you have to have no traps in your graveyard, if I'm not mistaken, to resolve this card. It feels like it's very situational, but even if he had like another Trap Hole, he still would have been in really good position. He could have used Impermanence to block his opponent's plays. He could have used Time Space Trap Hole. Like any of these other Trap Holes would have been perfectly fine to disrupt the Salamangreat combo. So obviously he's able to easily win that game, even after the turn 1 Twin Twister didn't even matter. But yeah, man, I feel like Trap Tricks are a deck that people are gonna have to stop sleeping on. I think I would probably consider running Phantasme in my build, just because it is kind of like a power card going second. It gives you something other than impermanence that your opponent can't really stop with, like Called by the Grave and stuff like that. But I feel like for a lot of the you know, control anti-meta players out there, this is a deck you want want to look at because it is a lot better than what people give it credit for. I might even have to do a deck profile on this. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos. And actually, I did want to go ahead and show you guys the combo that I'm talking about. I'm not going to run this entire duel because it does kind of glitch out, but this is the very strong play where if you open with a Trap Trick Monster plus Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine, you get a whole bunch of advantage, and it's incredibly difficult for basically any deck in the meta to be able to, you know, deal with this board. So you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, your ideal normal summons would be Myrmilio and Mantis, specifically Myrmilio because that sets up everything perfectly, but Myrmilio and Mantis both give you a +1 in this situation, so it really maximizes the advantage. So Myrmilio, search a Floodgate Trap Hole. Now you go for Sarah. That's pretty simple. You're going to activate the Brigandine. Since you did activate a trap card, your Sarah is going to activate. That's going to pull Mantis out of your deck. You can go ahead and just set the trap card that you just searched with Myrmilio, which is going to happen here. And since Mantis is activating, the Sarah is going to activate once again, and that's going to give you a free trap card as well. So you just set that trap card. Looks like it's a Nightmare in this instance. And now, since you have your 2 level 4s, you can go into Rafflesia, which is basically another interruption. So this is all done with just a couple of cards. Obviously, you're able to double your advantage because start with 2 cards, you get 4 on field, but it's not even really 4 cards because you do have Rafflesia, and Rafflesia herself is not just a monster, but she's also a built-in trap hole. Now, the good thing about this is you can also activate Treacherous Trap Hole the second your opponent puts 2 cards on field because you don't have any traps in your graveyard. So you get so much disruption and so much advantage, and just keep in mind when you activate the Rafflesia effect and Sarah will activate, and then it kind of just snowballs to the point where your opponent's not going to be able to come back. So if you're wondering why Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine is starting to see play in Trap Tricks, this is an example why. And actually, here's what the deck looks like on paper. I figured I might as well just go ahead and give you guys a quick peek. I saw DZeep's Paleo Trap Trick build where he was running like frogs and stuff like that. I think that's interesting. I think if I was running a pure version of Trap Tricks, I'd run something very similar to that. And actually, he's just running 1 copy of Treacherous Trap Hole, so I don't even think it's really that big of a deal. 3 copies of the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. As I said before, this card, when you do go first, it allows you to basically make, well, as long as you open with a Trap Trick monster, right? This is just conditional on you being able to normal summon one of these. It does give you the ability to make Rafflesia plus Sarah in your first turn, which is incredibly powerful. Now, personally, I feel like I would probably trim a little bit of this deck, maybe take out like 1 copy of Heavy Storm Duster, maybe cut something else down to like, you know, maybe like Paleozoic Morella, take this card down to like 2. I personally feel like I would definitely want to get Phantasme in here because really going second, you have some power cards like you have Impermanent and you have Ash Blossom, but I feel like Phantasme doesn't conflict at all to what, you know, Trap Tricks really want to do. It just kind of gives you another summon. It gives you a bunch of draws, and really the draws are just kind of all you need. So yeah, personally, I would like put that in the deck, but I don't know. I'm really liking Trap Tricks right now. This will be a deck that I'm definitely playing more of and testing out in the future.